Hello, my beautiful creatives, and welcome back to my art channel. My name is Chrissie B, and I'm a creativity coach hoping to empower and inspire you to live a more creative life every day. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different today, and this is a video that has been requested a few times, so I thought now would be a great time to do this. And this is my modified version of Shannon Green's journaling by fives process that she does. Now, I love Shannon Green. I love this process so much. I'll leave links to her channel and specifically to that process information box down below. I think Shannon came out with this a couple years ago, and I loved it. She really just simplified the whole art journaling in layers down. She made it really simple, and she really made a process where it got you out of your brain and you made a lot of pages really, really quickly, and they were gorgeous, and I love them so much. So I use this process, my modified version of this process, for so many different things. I've used it on my Soul Sister cards, which are what this stack is. It's a bunch of, I'll give you an explanation later on what Soul Sister cards are, but basically I used this process to create these. And I did have one, I think I passed it already, that doesn't have an image on it, so there's a really simple way to make something like that happen. So, and I love that so much. I also use this technique a lot when I'm doing something that I call a doodle book. Now, a doodle book for me is basically just a book that I create using this modified version of that process. And it's something I can carry with me. It fits right into my travel art bag, and I can pull it out. I especially love using this on airplanes because you have this gorgeous, juicy, colorful page already waiting for you, and all you have to do is add doodles and journaling and other little things that kind of help you make the flight go a little bit faster. So that is what that is. And all of these were done using this modified version of Shannon Green's journaling by fives. Now, I've written down my version of that, and I call it 8-layer journaling. And that is, I use 8 different layers to create my backgrounds for these pages. They're super easy. You set yourself 15-minute sessions, so there'll be 8 15-minute sessions. You can do all of those in one day. You can do those over a few days. You can do one session per day. It's totally up to you. I really enjoy doing this one session per day because, especially for those of us with full-time jobs and families and other things that we're doing, 15 minutes a day does not feel like too much of a time commitment to get some really awesome, juicy pages created. So, that is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do one 15-minute session per day. And I'm going to show you how I go about getting my paper ready for these little booklets. So to do that, to get my little booklet ready, you're going to need some watercolor paper or some mixed media paper, something that I like 140 pound or heavier. I just want something that I know that I can do a lot of stuff with it without the paper breaking down or tearing or shredding on me. So I just happen to have a Canson watercolor pad here, so that's what I'm going to use today. I sometimes will tear up a spiral watercolor notebook or something. It just depends on what I have available. I really want to encourage you to try to use your stash for this whole 8-day session. Yeah, use your stash. Use it up. I know that there's a lot of people out there who's like me. We have so much stuff. We don't really know what to do with it all. We seem to get a little overwhelmed, and we have a tendency, instead of using our stuff, we go buy more stuff. So this is a great way to use some of that up. So I'm going to take this watercolor paper. I would like to create 20 sheets. You can do anywhere between 10 and 20. That's totally up to you. I'm not going to dictate how many pages you need to have. Each session is going to be 15 minutes long. So I know when Shannon Green did hers, she did 20 pages, 15-minute session. She did 5 15-minute sessions, 20 pages, and 2 prompts per page, which meant paint and ink was the first day's 2 prompts. And to me, I found that I was still kind of stressing a little bit because I really wanted to do all of my paint first, and then I want to do my ink after. And which is not the point of that. I realized that. I need to get out of my own head. So what I did was I said layer number 1 is going to be paint, and it's going to be paint in any form. It can be paint, ink. It's basically just getting some color on your background. So let me grab some paper out of here. So I have some sheets torn out of that Canson watercolor paper. I have my paper cutter. You can also use a ruler and a pencil. I did that my first few times doing this because I didn't have a paper cutter yet. I didn't know that those even existed. So I used a ruler and pencil and just regular scissors. And I've decided that because these are so large and I do want to do 20 sheets, I'm gonna rip them down the middle. I'm gonna cut them down the middle, and then I'm gonna cut them again down in half. So give me a moment. I'm not really good at figuring out the math on this thing, so give me a moment and I will figure it out. Okay, so this sheet of paper is 9 inches by 12 inches. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them all in half long ways, which means that I need to mark these at 4.5 inches. And I'm going to do that. So that's 2, 4. Oops. 4.5. So I could leave them long if I wanted to. There's no reason you couldn't, but I would like to cut these down in half. So what did I say these were? 9 by 12. So this second cut will be at the 6-inch mark. And they don't need to be perfect. I do want them to be kind of similar, but they don't have to be perfect. Awesome possum. Okay, set that aside. Now, this is going to be one chunky little book. I'm really excited about this because I think it's a really good size. It's something I could just pop into my bag, whether it's my purse or my art bag. I don't know if I'm going to bind it with rings like I did with my doodling book, like that. Or if I'm just going to clip it like that with a binder clip. I'm also thinking about doing maybe a washi tape book bind. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, one step at a time here, babes. So the first step in our 8-layer journaling is paint. After you've gotten your paper cut out, we are now ready to do an actual session. Are you ready? Now I promise this is going to be really easy. You just have to take a deep breath. I would recommend putting on some music. You'll want to have a timer set for 15 minutes. If you go over the 15-minute time allotted, don't be mean to yourself. Do not be too hard on yourself. Just keep going. Do as fast as you can. And the whole idea is to get yourself out of your head. So the first layer is paint. So I'm going to take this paint palette. I try to make sure that when I do each layer, I keep my supplies less than 5, if that makes sense. So I'm going to try to limit the number of supplies I use on any layer for this 8-layer journaling process. So not including my paintbrush, not including my palette, and I also have a paper towel sitting here to do some wiping of my brush. Other than that, the actual paints I'm going to use, I'm only going to use 5 colors. I could use ink or sprays or anything like that. I just don't happen to have any with me right now. So I'm going to use what I have available, which are the Dina Wakley Media Heavy Body Acrylic Paints. I have chosen lime, tangerine, turquoise, lemon, and magenta. I chose those because I thought they'd be kind of nice. I like those colors. So what I'm going to do to get myself kind of set up is I'm going to put some paint on my palette. And I'm not exactly sure how much to put on there. I'm just going to kind of wing it. And if I find I need more, I can always put more on. It's not that big a deal. But since I have so many sheets of paper, I do want to be kind of generous. But I don't want to be so generous that I'm sad when I'm done, because then I have to figure out what to do with all this extra paint. Because I don't like wasting paint. Paint is expensive. And we are not made of money to be able to go out and just waste it like that. So So I've got my paint set up. Let me grab my timer on my phone. And I would recommend for you putting some music on and kind of just bebopping your way through this. 15 minutes is the time limit. Just for showing you sake, I'm going to actually stay real time and let you hear my thoughts as I talk my way through this. You're more than welcome to fast forward or even turn the sound off and just watch what I'm doing. I think it'll be totally self-explanatory. So whichever way you want, you're more than welcome to do it however feels best. Now, as I do each page, I'm gonna take them and kind of move them out of the way. I'm gonna have to put some on the floor. I'm in a very, very, very tiny art studio, so we're just gonna wing it. Thank you, Mr. Fireman. Okay, so timer set. And start. Okay. Let's see. See if I can put a few pages out. That'd be cool. I'm not gonna really wash my brush in between. I'm just gonna go with it, see what happens. See what colors kind of generate. The goal right now is just to get color on each one of my pages. I'm just kind of doing a really dry technique. I really want these to dry kind of quickly. They are going to mix a little bit, and I'm okay with that. The ones that are going to be a little trickier is the cool colors versus the warm colors, because they will want to turn kind of a muddy brown, which I don't want that. So I'm going to flip around and grab another paintbrush, one for the cool, one for the warm. I'm using the cool one at the moment. Yeah, let's keep going. Once my background is pretty covered, I'm gonna let it, you know, call it good. The good thing about these is a lot of this background is gonna be hidden. So once it's done, I'm just gonna chuck it up there. Put a little yellow on that. Okay. I feel like I'm playing cards or something. This is a weird deck of cards. And I have 12 minutes left. Ooh, mama, where does the time go? Ooh, I didn't plan that well, green and orange. Looks a little Halloween-y. We'll work with it though. Let's get some pink in there, maybe that'll help a little bit. Yeah, that's not so bad. I actually kind of like that. See, this is where getting out of your head is a good thing. Okay. Keep working with my warm brush for a minute. Pink maybe? I don't know. Oop, see? Green. Making brown right there. Okay, maybe not my favorite, but it's all good. Let's put a little bit of pink on this one. Kind of like that one. Didn't know I would, but I do. But I do. I thought that one's good all by itself. Yeah, we'll call that one good. And then we're going to take, do some pink with you. I love pink and yellow. I also love pink and orange too. being too muddy, because I still have quite a bit of paint in my brush. Okay, another one down. Only 36,000 more to go. Minutes and 25 seconds left. Take some yellow and finish that one out. Oops, it's got some pinky there in there. It's all right. Actually, kind of like that. Let's do a couple of dashes so it looks kind of on purpose. This one I already set up there, but I want to do something like that with it. This one, I'm kind of on a roll now, so I don't want to stop. I just want to kind of keep going. Some of them may be great, some of them may be not so great. Actually, let's just cover that. The green up. Okay. 9 minutes and 40 seconds. 9 minutes and 40 seconds left. Let's grab the cool again. I wish I would have pulled a deeper blue. I think that would have been cool, but that's okay. I really feel the need to have more than 2 colors on there. So I'll throw that one aside. Put a little bit of blue on you, because I think you're pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Okay. Oh, mamma mia. 2, 4, 6, 8. I have 8 pages left, and I have 8 minutes, 22 seconds left. So that's awesome. I have about a minute per page left. So we did a lot of cool on that one. This one we'll do a lot of warm. We'll start with some orange. Okay. Let's grab some magenta, please, darling. Ooh. Love that one. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. I don't know, I'm really loving that magenta and orange. Ooh, that was a lot of paint. I picked up a lot of paint on that one. Okay, we're gonna set you aside a minute. Let's do some pink backgrounds. I like how the edges kind of feather out a little bit, because you have all this other stuff you're going to put on your page. I'd still like to be able to see some of this color. You're done. You're done. Now just mush. I'm actually just cleaning my brush on this page. Kind of scrub, scrub, scrub. That's what I love about these brushes. They really take a good beating, and it doesn't seem to bother them at all. Okay, 4 more. Ah, okay. Let's do, whoops. Oh, I just rolled my paintbrush into my paint. Eek. Okay, so that's a sign. I'll put you there. I don't really like paint on my paintbrushes. I know I'm a very weird artist that way. I really like my stuff to stay as clean as possible. Okay, keep kind of splattery, that's good. How many minutes do we have left? 6 minutes, 25 seconds. Oh, this is awesome. I could have done more pages. Oops. Okay, let's put some yellow on this one. Like so. And then we'll put some yellow on this one. I know there's green in here, but it's okay. Let's mix it together. Figure I'm doing okay because I'm really close to the end. I only have just a few cards left. Let's put some blue over here. Easy peasy. Oops, lemon squeezy. I want that straight down. Good. Now let's get a little more interesting in this one. Put some more orange down here. A little more yellow. Just kind of layer that kind of thick a little bit. It'll dry. I'm gonna let this sit overnight to dry. I have a lot here. Some pink with whatever's left on this brush kind of mixing in. Okay. Now, because I still have 4 minutes and 37 seconds left, I'm going to pull all of these cards I've just created. Pages. And I'm sure I'm going to get paint everywhere at this point, but I'm going to just kind of take a peek through them and see if any of them needs something. I do have a touch more paint on my... This one has a lot of coral showing because of the mix I did. So I'm going to put a little bit more of the magenta kind of straight on it. Call that one good. I like it. This one doesn't seem mixed very well. So I want to blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. Like so. Yeah, that makes me happier. Okay, this one, is this just pink? Not sure what happened there. Let's put some orange on top. Grab some yellow. Okay. There's pink and orange. A little blue. Because they're stacking on top of each other, they're kind of getting a cool mix on there as well. I realize I'm still using my cool brush on that one. Warm brush. Warm, cool, you know. I have a lot that kind of look very similar. I'll keep that in mind as I'm adding other details. This one's very ugly. I don't like this one. This is why we do this, is because you can find something that you hate and you just use it anyways. You just keep going anyways, and it might turn into one of my favorite pieces. Okay, not sure I like this pinky color in there, so I'm gonna use my cool brush and push that back a little bit. Want some, it's a lot of white on this one, so I want to kind of push it back. How are we doing? 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Okay, fasta, Miss Chrissie. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I like that effect. I like what it did there too. Let you sit like that. You're okay. I don't know if that made any difference at all. Let's see. I want some more of this white edge to go away. So I'm going to just fuzz this out. I think that is probably good. Okay, so I got all my pages done. They look very similar. I can guarantee though when they're done, they won't look quite samey like they do now. They will look more, I have 1 minute, 16 seconds left. They won't look quite the same. They'll look like they coordinate together, they complement each other, they go together, but they won't look so samey like these do right now. So I have 20 pages. I'm not gonna put them in any kind of order right now because you never know, the colors may completely change. Yeah, So that's step 1 of my 8-layer journaling, my modified version of Shannon Green's journaling by 5s. So I would highly recommend you go check her channel out. She's super awesome. If you don't know who she is, I would be very surprised, to be honest with you. But she's so cool, and her process is so much fun, and I love how this stuff is kind of transferring. So I'm just gonna let that keep happening. And I'm gonna let those dry overnight, and I'll be back tomorrow where we will be doing a paper layer. Now, I have 20 seconds left still. So for the paper layer, you're gonna want to have book pages, music sheets, maybe dictionary pages, or news, encyclopedia, maybe math pages, really any kind of paper you want. I generally keep it to neutral, black, white, taupey kind of old book pages. Ta-da, done. And I think that happens so fast, one, because I've done this a few times, so I don't really have any fear about it, so I don't really hesitate too much. I also did it because it went so quickly because my pages are so small, and I only had 5 colors to choose from, so it really limited my color palette, because I can guarantee I would have grabbed more colors if it was within the parameters of my little version of this challenge. So I hope that was helpful. I will be back tomorrow with step 2, with session 2, which is going to be paper. So if you want homework tonight, make sure you go find some paper pages. They don't have to be anything fancy, just things that you can cut up and glue down. You probably want some kind of a glue. I'm going to use a gel medium, probably Golden's or Liquitex, whichever I find. And the other thing I would say is, if you want to dedicate another 5 minutes per night, I would start now looking for your images and your words. Those could be ripped out of magazine pages. They can be things that you find on, Google or Pinterest, and you print them out and you cut them out or do whatever. Those two, in my opinion, these 2 layers take the most work. So I would recommend doing at least 5 minutes per day, starting to capture your images and your words, so that way when you're doing your 15-minute challenge, you don't have to stop and then search for the images that you want. You already have kind of a stockpile ready for your use. So I hope that was super helpful. I hope that you join me. There will be 8 of these videos. This is the first of 8. And today was the paint layer for the 8-layer journaling. I hope you love this. I know that I really do. If you have any questions, make sure to let me know down in the comment section down below. I will be happy to answer any of your questions. I also, again, highly recommend go check out Shannon Green. She is so awesome. I love her. And if you haven't done so yet, please don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up. That lets me know that I'm on the right track and you're liking what I'm doing, so I can continue to keep doing more of that. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.